You probably have seen these before. Little packets with sweeteners in them. I think they're beautiful. I've collected so many of them, trying to find every variant I could find. I decided to sort these in many different ways. The first way I sorted them was by color. Why I sorted them by color? The color of these packets is very important. Yeah, they're sorted by color, but they also happen to be sorted by package content. The colors go hand in hand with what's inside them. Sucralose is yellow, saccharin is pink, aspartame is blue, stevia is green, regular sugar is white, brown or cane sugar's, well, brown, and monk fruit is this peach color. The second way I sorted them was by brand. What do you notice about this sorting? Yeah, they all have the same logos in their little groups, but look beyond that. Beyond them in their little groups. Notice how a lot of them have equivalents across brands. Now to zoom in, here are exclusively fast food branded packets. Restaurants such as McDonald's and Burger King have their own branded packets. Sugar, salt, and pepper. If you go to one of these places and ask for salt, pepper, and sugar, you're probably gonna get packets with a homogeneous design across the three of them. Sugar is obviously bigger, salt and pepper are very much homogeneous and go very well together. Okay, now it's time to play a guessing game. If I were to show you these, would you guess what's in them? Well, since you've been paying attention, you would know by now that salt is red and pepper is black. Generally. Sometimes salt can be blue, especially sea salt, which makes sense. Now what about this one? I tricked you. That is not pepper, that is salt. Burger King has these new packets. Yeah, obviously the pepper is darker than the salt, but the salt by itself looks an awful lot like it could be pepper because of, things we've noticed, trends we've come to accept, a language, if you will. So this language I've talked about, I'm going to compare it with the existence of traffic lights and stop signs. Red means stop and green means go. That's just something we have all accepted in life and something we understand. Here are some hypothetical signs I made in Adobe Illustrator. This would cause a lot of problems. We so associate green with go and red with stop. Switching them would be a pointless, dangerous thing, despite what the words say. The subreddit r/mildly interesting is a great source for minor design mistakes, though they might not be that small. Okay, I'm in the middle of editing the video. I say r/mildly interesting. I meant to say r/mildly infuriating. Yeah, r/mildly interesting is a great resource for weird mistakes in design, but this one was from r/mildly infuriating. For example, this packet, salt is printed in black and pepper's printed in red, which goes against the language we have talked about. This poor Redditor got salt all over his salad because he has this learned language and associates the color with the package content. I can't help but point out this response. So you failed at reading? This guy did not fail at reading. The package failed at communicating. You know those hypothetical traffic lights I talked about? I like to think that El Supremo Lizardo would be fine in that situation. He would obviously not wreck because he does not fail at reading. So back to sweeteners. There are many brands of artificial sweeteners, but we could really tie sucralose to being Splenda, saccharin to being sweet and low, aspartame to being equal, and stevia oftentimes to Truvia. We associate the chemicals in these sweeteners with the colors that are on their packaging, and thus the brand that they are. These colors are definitively more so tied to brands, more so than salt and pepper being tied to red and black packets. That's not really part of any brand. I cannot trace the history of that, unlike these. Aspartame wasn't even commercially available until the 80s. And Equal, branding them in blue packets, is just the brand that took off. So now, all aspartame packets are blue. Equal makes different products, but let's say they decided to change the packaging of their flagship aspartame, the flavor/chemical they are associated with. Let's say they decided to change it to pink. That would confuse people. People would think they're using saccharin. Equal actually does sell sucralose and saccharin in the color packets associated with those chemicals, which, by the way, were established by Sweet and Low and Splenda. How new this stuff is really fascinating. Yes, Sweet and Low is from the 40s, which I guess is a long time ago. Equal only came out in the 80s. Truvia is only from 2008. Splenda is also really new, coming to the US in the 90s, evident from their 25 years of sweetness packets from a few years ago. So here are the big four with their Walmart knockoffs. I'm in the middle of editing and I realize there are not 4, there are 3.
So you failed at reading?
Yes, I did, El Supremo Lizardo. I failed at reading my own script. Notice how they're the same colors across brands. The Walmart ones all have the same design across package contents. They were probably all created by the same person in the same file. We have this language that was created over a long period of time by different designers by accident that Walmart has to use in order for these products to make sense for consumers. Branding made this language. Just like how we associate green with go and red with stop, these colors correspond with the chemicals. It's not like defying these rules as anti-establishment or anything. If you do that, you're probably just gonna hurt people. El Supremo Lizardo may want to live in a world with green stop signs and black salt packets, but personally, I think I'd rather us all just stay safe.